I believe we should be streaming. We will see.
Alright.
We should be live.
Bro, I literally bought this bag of chips when we went to the beach last summer.
Nope, that's
and
not
they're
it.
still not stale.
Nope,
What the fuck?
that's not it. Where did the chat go? It's right here.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, there we
And
go.
Don's in the cut.
We live, baby. We live.
We are live. We'll wait for a couple people to get back in here before we get right into the movie again. Fuck! Chat disappeared again.
And Don, when everyone gets here, if you want to throw in your fucking 2 cents on
Moon
Stain
Knight,
Night, you're more
yeah.
than welcome to.
Oh, that shit was tough, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, because unless I fucking missed something too, or I feel like Jake might have already fucking pulled up, because why
That's what I'm
would
saying.
Mark ask that bitch from the museum out on a date if he has a wife?
Mm-hmm. Or the fact that that one guy keeps calling him Scotty. That seems like something Jake would just do as like a joke or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Don.
it's definitely something that we're not. I mean, they said there's a big cliffhanger in episode 4 or something, big thing.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Damn, Don's fucking causing a ruckus.
He's fucking shit up.
He's doing his shoes.
Oh my
Don.
god, he's so fucking cute.
He's fucking tiny. Bentley was never that small, I don't think.
Yeah.
Wait, are we going right now?
now? Yeah.
Don takes, Ben. Oh my god.
He takes.
That's what I'm saying.
The Don.
That shit ain't happening. This is like a fucking an ad for AirPods Pro.
Dead ass.
I tried to connect them to Bluetooth from my computer. They just sound like shit.
Fair.
Like, the whole gang got AirPods Pro in.
AirPods
No,
Pro.
you did.
I ain't got
I
nothing.
said Don don't got the AirPods Pro.
I
Oh
got-
damn. Just me.
Tough.
Well, Quill, if you want to give your 2 cents in on Moon Knight.
No, that shit was tough. I fuck with
Are we
it.
recording right now?
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's
Yeah.
my guy. He's always been my guy.
I mean,
You
yeah.
gotta love the
Yeah, we're-
Hispanic rep.
Yeah. The Guatemala.
Yes, sir.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he's tough so far. That's what I'm saying. He's tough so far. And
It's tough so far. I'm
watching-
excited to see where it goes. Hopefully it doesn't keep up Marvel's trend of, it's good in the beginning and then it just falls completely flat after like episode 3, 4.
They just gotta learn how to close. Like Marvel doesn't
Yeah.
take it like the risks on the TV shows that I hope that they would, except for Loki. But I feel like that's why it ended so good.
I mean, I think that they were, like we've said numerous times, they're experimenting with these first couple shows, seeing how they want to lay them out, how, drastic they want them to be. Like WandaVision, Loki, those are going to be big, influential stories for the MCU proper coming forward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is this?
When I'm back, talk to me.
Nothing, we're chilling. I
Keep
don't know
going
what-
back.
We're chilling. I don't know what the fuck just opened on my computer, but we're chilling. My porn opened up
Okay.
real quick, my bad.
Sheesh.
Porno tab.
I'm kidding.
Motherfucker's got the porno tab.
He's got it on the back burner.
He's got Spank
Yeah,
Bag on right now.
that's for after the Staincast. Sheesh.
Close the Zoom meeting and it's right
What do you
there.
mean after?
During the Stain
I
meeting.
was like, if you see the camera go dark, you'll know why.
Jesus.
Man, I'm about to put on Old Boy real quick.
Fuck.
Just a scene that I'm looking an hour and 11 minutes in.
Fuck.
Are we looking at? Talk to me.
I mean, there's no one in the chat. You can also see the chat.
Oh, I'm posted. Forgot I was in there. We can just start that. I mean, did you want to wait or do you want to start this?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Alright.
I know we're streaming again. You sent it out to everyone?
We are streaming.
Did you post something on the
I think you have the old link up still. I don't know if that changes now.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it's fine. Like they'll click on it and it'll be like, oh wow, this stream.
Well, I mean, the link sent you to the channel, didn't it?
No, the link sends you to the ended live stream.
Yeah, but the one you
Oh.
posted previously sends you to the YouTube.
But the one I posted on my server sent you to the channel.
Well, whatever. Yeah, we're good. Let's get right in to the meat and potatoes of this Staincast.
Oh, yeah.
After 29 episodes, we're finally here.
Yes, sir.
Avengers
Follow my
Endgame.
notes.
At
Fuck.
long last.
Fuck. I can't say it enough. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
This shit tough.
This is literally one of the toughest movies I've ever seen. Like, straight up.
Nah, it's tough. It's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm. So I guess if we want to jump right into it, Don, what's your favorite and least favorite characters?
favorite character. I mean, I know from Infinity War I said Chris Evans Captain America's the GOAT, but it's got to be Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a reason I went for it. I went as him for Halloween. Like, he embodies the character of Tony so Robert Downey Jr. embodies Tony Stark so well, and just seeing his character arc, like from, Iron Man up until Endgame, seeing how far he's come, seeing everything he had to do to get to that point. It's just like it's so good. It's just such a great watch. And least favorite character, probably Mid-Eye.
He's eating your Crocs. He's eating your Crocs, Quill.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's Mid-Eye.
I knew someone was gonna say that.
He doesn't add much
But
to
I guess
this movie.
Smoke, if you had favorite and least favorite.
It's so hard because you could make a case for any of the big three as your favorite character, or Thanos, honestly, because it's like I feel like all of them, like this is such a good finality for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick, I'd probably say Thor, just because like I love like his arc from Ragnarok to Endgame.
I agree.
Spoiler for the thing. That's like my favorite storyline in the MCU. I think that it's so well done, and Chris Hemsworth is great.
No,
He's so good in this movie.
I agree with you on Thor being the favorite character. Like, you would never think that a character like Thor would get so mentally broken and depressed and PTSD to the point of where he becomes a drunk and fat and all this other crap. Like, the fact that they actually did it also adds to that, because it's just that surprise factor. Like, when I saw him for the first time, I was literally like, what the fuck?
It was a fat slob.
Thor.
Fucking melted ice
So
cream.
I think my only beef is I don't think he should have been that fat. Like, obviously, like I think they were just going overtime on like trying to hammer trying to nail in the fact like he's obviously like super fucking depressed and he's just down bad. But he's pretty fucking fat. I love how he still kind of has like a six pack even though he's fucking fat as shit.
His chest still kind of looks good considering he's got fucking.
Yeah, it's funny. Like it's such a minor beef. Like I was just saying like in general like I wish he wasn't so fucking fat, but it's fine. I would say my favorite though is probably Robert Downey Jr. Like Iron Man is so fucking tough in this. Just to switch it up, since I said Infinity War, Thor is my favorite.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. is a bad boy in this movie. He's just so fucking tough. And obviously, like the fact that he just created fucking time travel in one night. That was
That's
pretty
what I'm saying.
ridiculous.
That scene with
That
the
whole
beef
scene is
strip.
so good. And he's like, he figures out time travel.
Yeah. So, Smoke,
The Owen Wilson strip.
I don't know if you said your least favorite character.
Oh, probably Hawkeye.
I mean, yeah.
Mine's gonna go to Hulk.
I was gonna say I have an honorable mention for Hulk. I'm not a fan of Professor Hulk. He's literally Mount Barilla. Like, he literally just is Mount
Yeah,
Barilla.
no, it is cursed. It is cursed.
Unfortunately.
Out.
Dab.
Yeah, it's just like I wish they would have taken that shit out because he does have cool moments. Like he's the one who brought everybody back with the snap, and that whole scene is so good. Like that's the only reason why he's not my least favorite because Hawkeye does a lot less, and he fucking Jeremy Renner.
Hey, Cat, what the hell am I supposed to do with this thing?
It's sickening. The only thing I'll say about Hawkeye, the only reason why he isn't my least favorite, just because fucking the scene with Ronan and stuff when he's just smoking people. Like
That's true.
That's what we needed more in Hawkeye. Like we needed more.
We got
Okay,
what,
fucking,
one scene of that?
That's what I'm saying. Like Endgame did so much more heavy lifting on his character, where you think like a show about him would do so much more. Like Endgame did so much more for Ronan than Hawkeye did, which makes no fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's tough when he's just going around smoking people.
But, I mean, yeah, that one shot to introduce him was stupid tough.
Mm-hmm. But the mohawk or whatever it is absolutely hideous.
Just like
That ain't. That mohawk alone is almost enough for me to fucking put him as my least favorite character. But that's gonna go to Smart Hulk because he's ridiculous.
yeah. It's between one of those two. I mean, they both do nothing. Even Ant-Man does more in this movie. I actually really like Ant-Man in this movie, actually.
I think this is one because Ant-Man is just at his best when he's a supporting character. Like he shouldn't be a lead in any movie, but like he is like an A+ like supporting character because he bounces off people well. I think that he adds something.
Mm-hmm. And like his cluelessness is like it also just adds because like you have all these super smart beings and then just Paul Rudd.
he's kind of just a dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's not really anything special in any sort of way.
No.
Like, and I feel like that, like, it's funnier when he has a bunch of other people that are more interesting around him.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I do like that scene where Hulk's trying to fucking figure out time travel, and he keeps sending him back and forth. He's like, I consider this an absolute win.
Yeah.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
They'd have him as the guinea pig. I mean, that's valid. Of
That's-
all
I
the
mean,
people to lose, you really freaking Scott the most.
Yeah, especially because he's he's been through time or then the quantum realm and shit before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole scene is fucking hilarious. Like, it's Scott. He's like,
As a baby, he'll grow.
it's fucking ridiculous. I love when they pull up on him when he's in the diner and he's got like 3 massive plates of food. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like a smart Hulk.
He's like, I am so confused right now.
Oh, yeah. He's fucking... That's hideous.
So these are confusing times.
It's literally just big green Mark Ruffalo. That's what's so hideous about it.
Like they added on like 20 pounds and about like 3 feet, and then it's just Mark Ruffalo.
Ugh.
Yeah, he definitely serves his purpose. But, like, I just don't like the direction of his character, like from these past couple movies.
Yeah, hopefully
Like,
they make him better in She-Hulk and then World War Hulk or whatever we're getting next with him.
Yeah, like it's definitely a welcome change from Infinity War. Like, he's definitely better than he was in Infinity War, but like he was still like way too jokey for me, like in a lot of scenes. Like, besides obviously from when he snapped, because that shit was tough.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, there's some scenes where like I don't know why he's just speaking mad weird. The keyword.
I hear that every time.
The Cure.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. And then at the end where he said, I have to do it. It's like some of the thing is mostly.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was made for this.
Directly up on his face.
I was built for it.
Yeah, he's like
The radiation is supposed to be gamma. Like what?
He said he was 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know if Smoke, you want to say what your favorite costume in the movie is?
Captain America.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
that shit, oh my god.
The scales.
Yeah, it's the whole fucking. It's so fucking good. I love that shit so much. Like, all the costumes in this movie are the best they've ever been. I'll start by saying that.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Captain America, oh my god. It's just crimson. I mean, that's when he's one of the founders of the Get Me Tight list, just how handsome he is in this movie.
Fucking when he freshly shaves the beard, staring into the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
He's just looking at himself, like, Jesus.
He's like, damn, I really am handsome.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what he's saying.
He's like, Jesus Christ, I am fucking stupid hot.
Yeah, he's like, bro, I just shaved off my beard and I'm still good looking. Tough.
Sickening.
Yeah, Queel, I don't know if you had yours.
It's just like Smoke said, all the costumes, literally, this is the peak of everyone. They all look so good, even Mid-Eye. Like, the Roman costume looks badass. But I don't want to say Iron Man again, because he's literally my favorite character, but the Nanomachine suit, literally, it's so good. It is the best Iron Man suit they've ever put on screen. It's either, I guess, that or no, I'll just go with Nanomachine.
All right. I mean, I agree with Smoke. Mine is the Scales armor. It's so the vibrant blue when when it gets all like dirtied up and the shield is broken towards the end. Like, that shit is so hard, man.
Cap's just that guy.
That's true.
Yeah.
DL, I don't know if you want to finish this.
Yeah, I like all theirs, and I'll throw Thor's in at the end when he's got like the braided beard, like his beard is braided and shit like that. Like, obviously, like him being fat, but that's not part of the costume, so that's calm. So we can like take that out of the equation. It's like his costume is just so tough, like the where he's got like the chain link on like his arms and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit looks so
wielding both
tough.
Stormbreaker and Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
They just paid homage to like the comic book costumes, but like without making it too over the top, stupid.
Yeah.
Like
it looks superhero costume should look.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, on a side note, DL, that picture of your professor is me right now.
Which one?
The one.
This?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's fucking OD me right now, Mr. Michael Krupski. Let me see how much. Oh, you can see him right now. Hold on. Let me give you that.
Yeah, we can OD see him.
He's posted. He's masked up.
Yeah, I mean, I also do want to bring into account on that, sticking with the costume thing, is the fact that the quantum suits were all CGI the entire time.
Yeah.
Not a single one of those were made. Like they figured out the design and put those on literally last minute.
Yeah.
Like, that's tough.
They look really good too. Like, you wouldn't think that they have an entire fucking outfit made completely of just like also like obviously like their fucking just like computer generated graphics. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't think like even when you have like the close-ups on their face, you see like the sides, you see like the shoulders, and like it just literally looks like real material.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking down. Like the quality. Like I said in Infinity War, like the quality control in these movies is just fucking ridiculous. Like every last frame has been looked over by like 10 people. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
No.
Like the production teams for this movie, like they literally went, like they probably took them like multiple months just going through every frame. Like obviously, it's not something that's always like super easy for movies that don't have that kind of budget. But it's just, I'm just glad that they kind of saw like the previous, like the shitty CGI they had in some of the previous movies. Like, all right, fuck it, like we're not messing anything up. Like $1 billion budget between the two. Like they used that shit. No expenses were fucking
not missed.
Not
and they made all their money back.
And then some. Yeah, exactly.
They dropped. Yeah,
worthless.
The bag was it was a mandatory bag drop.
Oh, absolutely.
Major bag alert.
So I guess we can move right along to the make or break moments of the movie.
God damn, there's so many good moments in this movie. It's just like Infinity War, where we can just go all fucking day talking about this shit because it's just so fucking good. Like,
before we do get into that, though, I do want to bring up some breaks. You know, some stuff that takes me out of the movie. The fucking Audi product placements. There are two egregious ones. When Cap, Natasha, and Scott first pull up to Tony's house, and then when Tony literally pulls past Cap, sits there for like 3 seconds, and then backs up. That was awful.
You get a full frontal view of it. Like it's fucking ridiculous. Like he was driving an R8 though. I think. So, like I'm fucking with that.
No, it was the e-tron.
It was the e-tron.
Oh, it wasn't e-tron. I forgot they were sucking the e-tron in this fucking movie. Oh my god.
Everybody was driving the same e-tron, the blacked out joint.
It was ridiculous. Like we didn't like that. Took me so much.
The most egregious one was definitely them pulling up to Tony's house. Like when they're all like walking out, like they're on like a catwalk, like they're fucking.
They're not even
like
the center of the frame. The car is like they're kind of off to the side in the shot. It's fucking ridiculous.
Like I get it. You need to have your shit in there, but like, come on, man.
They must have gotten a fucking check from Audi.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they had commercials with them.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah. Mhm. I mean, someone's got to pay for that $1 billion budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No cap.
No, I agree. The Audi placement was fucking egregious. But I mean, there's so many great fucking scenes. I mean, the one thing, I don't even know what to call it. It's always cracks me up for no reason. In the beginning of the movie when Hawkeye's fucking whistling for his kids like fucking dogs.
Like dogs, yes.
It's like, boys.
Like I will say that scene is really well done overall. Like seeing how he got shit luck for his entire family snapped away. But that was a great opening because like we get thrown in immediately to where Hawkeye was, why he wasn't in Endgame. I mean, why he wasn't in Infinity War, and then you see the snap again. It's like an immediate reminder of what just happened in the movie before.
I'll say, I will never get tired of seeing the snap from different people's perspectives. That shit is always so tough.
Mm-hmm. I still think one of the best ones is the one, well, surprisingly, the one from Hawkeye with Yelena's snap. That was
cool.
Really, cool. Seeing it from her actual point of view of, like, what happened before and then when she got snapped back, like, that's really fucking cool.
Like, how was, like, this, like, for her, obviously, it was a span of literally a second. Like, she looked in the mirror, she probably blinked, and then all of a sudden, back north. Mm-hmm. Like, it's such a cool perspective, and I agree with you, Smoke. Like, it's just such a good dating for that universe. Where it's like, oh shit, like, is this before, is this after the snap, or like, is this during, like the ramifications of it, like, it's such a good like marker in the MCU now, and I hope they continue to use it. Like, I know we kind of have like the new marker might be like them forgetting Peter Parker or whatever it is, like the multiverse splitting or whatever, but I definitely think they could have done more with the snap.
I don't think that this is the last of it. I think some of the flashbacks that we're gonna see about like Mark Spector's origin in Moon Knight, pretty sure those are gonna be during the snap, because if you look in episode 2 when they open the passport, it was created December of 2018, making it after the snap, meaning Mark Spector survived the snap, meaning that he went to Egypt sometime between 2018 and 2023, 2024, when Moon Knight takes place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, that would make sense, that, like, that's a pretty traumatic event. Obviously, at some point, his mind is fractured to cause, like, some sort of, like, literally this DID, like,
exactly.
This whole, that would be really interesting, that, actually. Like, if they kind of, like, delve into, like, that form of, like, where it's not just, like, people losing their families, like, people legitimately, like, losing their fucking mind, like, splitting into, like, other different, like, personas. Yeah. I think that'd be a really great that'd be a cool track for them to take.
Regardless, I don't think we're done with the snap. It's too big of a thing to just let it gloss over like that.
Yeah. But my God, I mean, I guess I'll just jump right into some of these fucking tough ass scenes. I mean, Tony and Cap together, like every single time they're on screen together, like it is just so mesmerizing. Like they're so fucking tough. Like when he first pulls up,
He's laying into him.
Where he's like, oh yeah, like, I needed you, like past tense, like it trumps what you need now. Like it's just, it's such a good segue from Age of Ultron. Like I know when we were doing Age of Ultron, I said that it's like such a good like stepping stone for the rest of them. And, like this movie really brings it to light, where like you kind of have like that idea, like maybe they could have won. And I know we didn't talk about it last episode. I know we said we were on to talk about it, like whether or not the Avengers could have won if they were all together. And I still think it's no.
I don't think they could have.
I just feel like that's more like the theme of the thing, is that like these movies are always about when they're together, they're at their strongest. So it's like we don't ever know. But it's like that was the thing, they lost because they weren't together. They might not have won, but because they weren't, they definitely were going to lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I think if Thanos got the Reality Stone, no one's beating him. Like you're just not beating him when he has the Reality Stone, the Power Stone, and the Space Stone. Like that's fucking ridiculous. Like you don't need the Mind Stone, you don't need the Soul Stone, you don't need Time Stone. Like
no.
Like the only thing I can even think of is maybe like Strange is doing like a time loop, but even so, like that doesn't save them. That just kind of like delays it. It's inevitable.
There was, as Strange said, there was one way that they won, and I think that's still true. Like whether they were together or not, they were gonna lose. They needed to lose in order to win.
Yeah, I think in every scenario the snap needed to happen. Like in any scenario that they were in, like they had to lose. Like you said, they had to lose to win.
Like I
think it's so interesting.
Yeah, and if you notice,
like,
go ahead, Smoke.
You got it. All right. So it's like I think that like kind of like it saves their ass from a storytelling perspective, because you could be like, oh, if Strange saw everything, why didn't he stop Quill from punching Thanos? Because probably that was supposed to happen for them to inevitably win. Because if he doesn't stop, maybe they still lose if that whatever timeline goes on. So I think that kind of saves their ass. So kind of just going off of what you were saying before. Yeah,
and if you notice, and this was a theory that was popular when What If was airing. In What If, any multiverse where the snap didn't happen got destroyed, or it wasn't up to that point in the timeline. The Doctor Strange one, the snap didn't happen, that universe got destroyed. The Ultron one, the snap didn't happen, that universe got destroyed. The zombies one, God knows what the fuck happened to that place.
Yeah.
No, I remember when you guys were talking about Eternals, where it was that theory that if they didn't do the snap and then bring everyone back, everyone would have died on Earth because of the
emergence. Yep.
The emergence, yeah.
So that was because the emergence is literally what made I'm forgetting her name, but Salma Hayek's character.
Ajax,
thank you. Yeah, that's literally the reason. She's like they brought everyone back. Like the humans are worth saving.
I think honestly, the best case scenario, and Thanos should have done this. He should have got the Infinity Crusher and destroyed the stone.
Fuck you.
That's what he should have done.
Yeah, no more Infinity Crusher talk.
Let's not talk about What If.
Yeah.
But I guess
we're talking about What If. Come on.
I guess we just continuing on to the good scenes. I'm gonna bring up the big one, portals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music is perfect. The On Your Left is perfect. Like everyone pulling up, you see Strange, you see Falcon, Black Panther, Spider-Man. Everyone gets their old little, pose so you can hear the clapping and stuff in the audience. So good. You get the rescue armor.
Oh, yeah. It's so fucking tough. Like, the only scene that I think is even, like, there's so many great scenes. I think another one that really is up there for me, if not one of my favorite, is right after Thor kills Thanos, like the porch theme playing again when he's walking out. Like that wide shot of him walking out of his house. Like, that shit looks like, oh, it's so fucking tough.
What did you do?
What did you do? He's like, I went for the head. Like, oh.
Another one that I'm honestly surprised we didn't bring up earlier that takes us out of the movie is the fucking A-Force scene. Like every woman on that battlefield is going to be in that one area. Captain Marvel needs help. What the fuck is Mantis going to do? Like,
bro, literally looking at before she fucking destroyed Thanos' ship. Like, it's not even like there was a gap to have you possibly forget about that. She pulls up, she single-handedly destroys the ship, and then they're like, oh yeah, she needs help.
And then Peter Parker literally disappears out of the scene. Like, he sits down and just disappears.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that Thanos' face when he's seeing his ship get destroyed was literally me. I'm like, no fucking shot, bro. Like, I was like, what the hell? It's like, it's just disrespectful to the rest of the characters, where it's like Tony, Thor, and Cap are literally like fighting to their death. trying to stop Thanos from getting the stones, and she just pulls up and effortlessly just destroys the ship. Like, it's just disrespectful to all the other like actually developed characters.
Agreed.
It's just fucking
like we said in Captain Marvel, if like she wasn't able to fly up until that point, and like that was, and she needed the spaceship or whatever, and then that was the point where she was able, like that would at least make it better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh shit, like, oh yeah, she's finally like evolved in some way. But like from Captain Marvel to now, she has not changed at all. Like,
No,
her character's the most static character like in the MCU period.
And that was the biggest definition of Deus Ex Machina too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She was just fucking like that won the entirety of Thanos' just like fucking fleet was like, oh, okay. It was like you guys are doing too much now. Like, it would have been cool if it was like a team effort, like at least someone else besides just Captain Marvel. As soon as you see that, you're like, holy crap, man! Like, no one else even needs to be here right now. Like, all they need to do is just keep fighting grunts. Like, she can just kill everyone else. Oh, so I'm trying to think of another like any moment that kind of brings me out of it. Because I think for the most part, it's like obviously it's a fantastic movie. Like, not that these things ruin it, but this game. Endgame definitely had more scenes that took me out of it than Infinity War did.
Are you trying to say the I moment, or are you trying to say like it's two distinct different things? Like
no, not the I moments yet. Like these are just like scenes that like just take you out the movie. Like it just shouldn't be there.
Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a where it's like this shouldn't happen. It should just more be like this just shouldn't be in the movie kind of thing. Where it's like it's not more like questioning like someone.
No one's talked about the scene where they go to see Korg and Thor and everyone, and they're playing fucking Fortnite.
Noob Master 69.
Noob Master 69. He's making fun of you again.
Yeah, I love that.
He called me a dickhead.
So let me know if he bothers you again. I will. Thank you. I fucking love to talk about what TT's going.
I can't wait to see more of him in the next movie.
Like we said, Ragnarok. He's just such like for his little effort that he has to the story, he's always just such a great it's a relief seeing him. Like, it's so fucking funny. Like, he doesn't do anything exactly, like he doesn't do anything like storyline wise, but like he always makes the best of it. Like, I don't know, I don't really know what to say. Like,
he's always entertaining whenever
there's beer in the fridge, no password on the Wi-Fi, obviously. That shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, I fucking love Korg, and like you said, I need more Korg in Love and Thunder for sure.
Mandatory.
For sure.
But I mean, we've talked about maybe two of the actual like good scenes in this. The whole movie's good. Yeah. Like
watch the movie.
The 5-minute recap of the shit world. That's literally all you need. By the way, don't watch the movie. Just watch that.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was a lot more entertaining than the actual movie was.
My computer sounded like a jet engine right now.
It's popping off. I love when Hulk's trying to figure out time travel, and at the end he just turns into him just slapping random buttons.
Oh yeah, he's fucking just hitting
out of it.
When I say kill the power, kill the power.
Time travel.
I see this as an absolute win.
Umbrella, Professor Mom.
But I guess we can move along to what's probably going to be yet another lengthy section. Favorite quotes.
I can get the whole
script. Say the entire movie script.
Yeah, bro, thank you. I'm glad we had the same idea. I can literally take the whole script.
I used the stones to destroy the stones.
The stones serve no other purpose besides temptation.
Crop the meme.
The work is done. It always will be. I am inevitable.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
Paul Rudd.
It really is.
Of course, the classic "I love you 3000."
The entire speech that Cap gives before they go into the quantum.
Yeah, I can't like.
Oh my god.
I'm inserting that entire speech right here. I hope you boys know that.
Good.
It's so fun.
Amplify this more. I want to see everything. Terrans. Terrans. Avengers.
Unruly wretches. Thanos is he's just such a fucking quote machine. Like, I just love how he just fucking piece together. They like we're time traveling like just like that. Like, this movie does such a great job of just like showing off like just the intelligence and just like that, like I don't know, like subtle things about characters that like maybe you don't even notice, but like it just adds to their character so much. where like Thanos was like immediately like seeing like a couple things like immediately like the same nebula from a
Different time.
2 different times.
Yeah, like
he literally he says they're trying to undo something I've already done in theirs. Like he literally figures it out.
He's like, damn, all right.
That too is also just Josh Brolin's performance.
Oh, of course.
That
shit is all time great.
The way he just speaks and just like he literally like, takes the scene every takes control of the room every single time he's on the screen.
I have another good one. In all my years of conquest, violence, slaughter, it was never personal. But what I'm going to do to your stubborn, annoying little planet, I'm going to enjoy it. Very much.
Well, his whole speech when the big three is pulling up on him, like that is legitimately like that is.
He is chatting.
That is how you build up a fucking fight scene.
He is fucking
your own failure. And where did that bring you?
Back to me. And then literally, and then fucking Thor just starts yelling. Oh.
Yeah. And then he puts his back to them too. Like he's just so fucking disrespectful at all.
Oh yeah,
the arrogant never do.
Stones you collected for me, like everything that he says. It's so fucking tough.
Or I'm surprised we haven't said this, considering I think we quote this, or at least I quote this fucking line at probably anything else in any movie. As long as we're all in agreement.
Oh yeah, they wanted to smoke so fucking bad.
So you know it's a trap, right? Yeah, I don't much care.
Good.
As long as we're all in agreement.
They all had beef with Thanos. They all wanted it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would fucking smoke them. Smoke them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like 5 years of built up fucking like they've been wanting that smoke for the last 5 years, especially fucking Thor. Thor been wanted that smoke.
That shit.
Another one I fuck with. I just like you said, Taco, about like Josh Brolin's just portrayal of the character. Like it's just so crazy. Like I said in the first one, like this is literally a living being. Like he's literally a Titan. Like this is a real living thing. Like it's like normally when you have like mocap like that, like it kind of like takes you out of it a little bit. Cause like obviously that's Josh Brolin, but like even with his face, the way he moves, like the way like he just overall just carries himself. Like and the vendor when they're watching him getting beheaded, he kind of like smirks a little bit, and that is destiny fulfilled. Like it's just so fucking.
Josh Brolin is that guy. He is that guy.
It's like even when Thor's talking to his mom too, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's like I don't know, that dialogue is just so good. Like just like when you talk about the future hasn't been kind to you, has it? It's like that's just Thor. Like he's been fucking broken so many times.
Or
it's just cool.
What did she say? He I'm afraid I'm not going to live up what I'm supposed to be, or something like that. And she's.
And she's like, that just makes you just like
everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Like, especially because all of his movies and like Thor's character was always trying to impress his father, and he was all about Odin. So it's like for him to finally like find like
the acceptance in his mother.
I thought that was such a cool like. Because he needed that more than anything else. Like
they wasted her character too.
Odin would have had the same effect on him as his mom did. Honestly, Odin was never that sincere. So he needed to talk to her.
Odin was always like, "Oh, you're gonna rule Asgard. Your child is like."
Yeah, he put all these expectations on Thor. That was like what was weighing him down. So it was like mom to break him out.
And just like it's just like he didn't have Mjolnir. So like he didn't have like that moral gauge of like whether or not he was worthy anymore. It's just like the look on his face when he got Mjolnir. It's like damn.
His eyes. I'm still worthy.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Fuck, this movie's so good, man.
It just sets like a perfect like in terms of just like ending like a lot of like 15 years in the making for some of these characters. Like it was such a great closeout for almost all of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it was just so well done. Like so much like fan service being like.
This was fan service done right.
That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't like the whatever that was. Like oh, don't worry, she's got help. Like that kind of thing. Where it just feels like it's so forced down your throat. Where like most of the scenes is literally like damn, like let's fucking go. Like it gets you excited instead of being like damn. Like that's kind of like I'm not a huge fan of that.
Like go watch the movie. If you have not watched the movie, go watch the movie. If you have watched the movie, watch it again.
It's just, oh my god, it's the greatest theater experience I've ever had. Like, if I could go back and watch it again for the first time in the movie theater,
absolutely would.
That shit was electric. Like, there will never be anything like that again in our lifetime.
No Way Home was close, but nowhere near what I know.
It's just like when he lifted the hammer, like I have.
Bro, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it.
Like that in my entire life.
I'm literally getting goosebumps right now thinking about it.
Yeah,
that shit is so crazy.
And then you have even the beginning. I remember the thing that resonated with me the most is when I first watched the Endgame, where it's like you see like the 5 years later. It's like, fuck,
bro. Because it's you're like you see the 5 and you're like what, and then they say years. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's such it's such an out there kind of premise. Like it's such a risk to take, but like it completely fucking like it worked.
5 years is a long time. Like they actually lost.
Yeah, like when I saw the 5 years, like at first, like I'm not gonna lie, I was like, nah, that's too long. Like that is like holy crap. Like that is so much years we're missing. But then when you kind of like have the movie, like as soon as the movie concludes, it's like nah, like that's perfect. Like that that is.
And seeing how they're explaining a lot of the stuff, with that 5-year gap where we saw in Far From Home, No Way Home, Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Wanda. Like now that we're seeing that stuff happen, like it's. I still want to get some of this stuff filled in because you're gonna tell me that there was 5 years of nothing.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
So like we still need to see some of the flashbacks maybe, but seeing what they did post Endgame, it paid off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. Like we definitely need more of like that in between 5 years. I just couldn't imagine everything is all fucking
fine and dandy.
It's all fine. Like yeah, exactly.
Look at all the stuff that happened since they all came back to now. It's been like what, a year in the MCU since the snap or something, and there's like 15 things that have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like the snap is what made it. Like Vision was saying in Civil War.
It is an interesting parallel.
It is now ramping up exponentially to the more that there's more superheroes or what happened with the snap or the energy field, like it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
that's true. Like the only thing that we know that happened over the fucking blip was literally goddamn Hawkeye getting tight.
Mid-eye. But I guess we can move along to some moments.
Oh yeah.
So there's not many, but there are a few.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like I feel like it's nitpicking to an extent, but like.
No. This first one that I'm gonna bring up.
I wonder if we have the same thing.
Why the fuck?
Hold up.
Oh.
Actually, you can finish your thought. You can finish your thought, and I completely forgot we missed a fucking beautiful scene in this. I mean, there's so many. I'm sure we missed even more, but I just gotta say, Tony with his father, that shit is so fucking.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna see that. Yeah.
No amount of money ever bought a second of time.
Tony and Howard.
Like it's such an interesting thing that like it's just so weird. Like normally you kind of see like the children with their fathers when they're like younger, but like they're kind of like the same person at this point. They both have a kid on the way. Like they both like have a kid. It's just such a weird like interaction having with your father. They kind of like he could be like more like 10 years older than him at that point. Then right?
They're probably around the same age.
They were on the same age.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool.
It's just such a weird. It's just such a weird concept that they explored. No, you're good.
Well, it's cool too because like you can see like all the interactions that they have. Like even when his dad's talking, is like how like the greater good has never outweighed my own self-interest. Like you could see how it builds to him giving his life to save everybody else. Like just how he talks with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was pretty cool. Like foreshadow, if you will.
Yeah. But what I was going.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna say, like, he kind of like brings the thing of like breaking the cycle that he talks about in Spider-Man in the Homecoming, where he's like he's trying to like break the cycle that his father like never loved him or something like that. He's trying to like break the cycle of like not letting the greater good, like not letting your own self-interest outweigh the greater good. Mm-hmm. It's just a good ass fucking full circle. Like this movie is just the biggest, like the greatest, like representation of like a full circle movie. If that makes sense.
Don. No, absolutely. It pays off everything it needed to.
There you go, my bad. I was just reading my quotes and I was like, fuck.
Don's leaning back on your bed right now.
OD.
I know, that's the only way he's gonna calm down.
But the AI moment that takes like it's I get Nebula wanting to warn Natasha and Clint because Thanos probably would have pulled up the Vormir. However, she had plenty of time to hit the fucking dial on her hand and dip out of there before she got captured.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that one always bugs me.
Yeah, cause it really doesn't make sense because, like, Thanos had no means of getting into the future to stop them. Like, sure, like, obviously, he would have been aware that time travel existed, but, like, I don't think that would have...
That wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah, exactly, because, like, him getting that Pym particle is the worst possible outcome, honestly. Because
then Maul reverse engineered it, made more, and they were able to go back.
Yeah. Like, it definitely wasn't, like... the most, like, it didn't make the most sense, but I mean, the problem when it comes to time travel shit is like there's another weird thing I have, and I don't even know if we want to get into it because time travel is such a fucking enigma trying to understand it. But there's another scene that's kind of fucking weird to me, and hopefully one of you guys can fucking make sense to me.
Okay.
So if you go back in time and that past does not affect your future, so when they go back in time to get the stones, those universes are now fucked. Because like, even if they go back and return them to the exact point they were taken, that doesn't affect that past. The future for that universe has already happened. Like you can't change, you can't reshape it.
Correct.
So those like
it get which explains why in Loki that universe gets pruned.
Okay. Oh, so those universes probably just got pruned then, like where the ancient one didn't have the time stone anymore, where Captain America didn't have the shield or whatever it is, or like he didn't have Mjolnir wasn't in Asgard anymore.
Because Loki showed that universe where Loki went off, which is the same thing, missing time stone, whatever the fuck it was. When he went up, when he did the Nexus event, that universe got pruned, which means that all of the other universes that were caused due to the Endgame time travel also got pruned.
Okay. Because like, as soon as you introduce something like the TVA, like it immediately kind of just puts like a lot of question marks on things.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense.
But what was your moment, Smoke? I know you said you were wondering if we had the same one.
Oh, when fucking the base gets absolutely nuked.
Oh, and Hawkeye survives?
Wakes up and the fucking gauntlet is 2 feet away from him under 2 pebbles.
Yeah, 2 feet away from him under 2 pebbles, and he fell from the top floor all the way down to the basement. He was fine.
It was a crater. There was a fucking hole in the ground, and Hawkeye wakes up. He's totally fine. There's nothing on him. There's a perfect tunnel around him that he can run through. And 2 feet away from him is the gauntlet. He's like dusted off. He's like, there it is, and that's the gauntlet. Yeah, every time I see it, I'm like, wow, that's lucky.
Yeah, maybe we have the same one, Smoke. Because I had them surviving Thanos' bombardment, in parentheses, Hawkeye.
Yeah. Even Ant-Man. Like, I get, like, he shrunk, but I feel like he wouldn't have that quick of an instinct to shrink as it's getting blown up.
Yeah, he was nice with it. The minute that shit got nuked, he shrunk.
Yeah, so I don't really get that one. Like, I get it, but I also don't at the same time. But Hawkeye's literally, there's no way that man should have survived.
Also, like, in the same vein as the whole thing, like, Hawkeye finding the gauntlet completely, perfectly intact, the van still working.
Oh, yeah.
Make it, like, yeah,
literally everything around it is fucking rubble, except the van is in perfect condition.
Or the fact... Or the fact that Captain Marvel was literally going to just fly into it with nothing on... She didn't have the thing on her wrist. She was just going to fly into it with the gauntlet and just die in the quantum realm or some shit?
Yeah, she imagined where to put the stone.
I mean, anything is better than Thanos snapping away, literally destroying the entire fucking universe.
Yeah, but there was no guarantee she would survive. She didn't have She didn't have a quantum suit. She didn't have the dial. She didn't have anything.
I wouldn't have been mad at it if she just flew out of the MCU.
I mean, look, I wouldn't have been mad at it, but like, what in universe, what was she expecting to happen?
Yeah, no, I don't know what she was thinking.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just like anything like it's better the stones like literally faded, like they just never exist anymore than Thanos ever getting them.
Yeah.
I think that's what the opinion on it was. And another thing is how did he teleport Sanctuary? Because like they're normally teleporting through like the suits. Isn't the suits the one that allows them to fucking actually enter the quantum realm?
No.
Like a portal or something.
The suit is what helps them survive and what allows them to shrink. The quantum tunnel, what they stand on is what actually allows them to go into the quantum realm. So he just needed to find a way to get the Pym particle to affect the entirety of the Sanctuary and not just work with the suit. Yeah. Which is whatever Maw did when he was reverse engineering it, probably.
Yeah. It's just sickening, like just watching that scene, like he shoots, like he just doesn't stop. Like I think like after like that last fucking missile, he's just gonna stop. Like he literally drops like the closest that they have to a nuke on the fucking Avengers HQ. And I was like, oh shit.
It's like, oh, nice.
There's one shot in particular I'm thinking about where like you just literally see all like a mushroom cut-esque like fucking smokestack. It's like Jesus Christ, man.
No, he murked that.
Crap.
He murked that area. But I guess.
So that's what all I got. That's all I got for you guys.
So I guess it's time to start leaning. It's time to start leaning in. This is hideous watching us actually do this.
I'm saying I'm fucking.
But we are leaning. We are leaning in. and y'all know what time it is.
You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are.
You will. Fuck.
And then she fucking
Cleavage.
you know.
Cleavage.
That's what I'm
Zero cleavage.
The Scarlet Tits.
Baby fucking girl, bro. Next episode. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna straight up say it now. I am sorry.
What's next, WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Text foaming at the
I'm
mouth.
gonna be fucking foaming the entire time.
Yeah. We're gonna have to put like some sort of like we have to put like an NC-17 rating for the next.
You gotta put a
episode.
disclaimer at the top saying liberal.
Put a bib on, Hag.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna need something because it's gonna be.
Fuck. You got me, you, and Chet on that one, so like.
Thursday.
I'm gonna be leaning forward. I'm gonna be leaning forward.
But like we said,
Make the entire thing a thirsty moment.
another thirsty moment, like we said earlier, is Cap just staring at himself in the mirror. Chris.
Another thirsty moment.
Go ahead.
Cap staring at his own ass.
No, I mean that, and also Cap saying this is gonna work because I don't know what
I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Gets me so tight.
Wasn't it that scene that fucking?
Yeah, literally, every time I watch it, I shake my fucking head because I'm like, Jesus Christ.
What's going on, Bentley? You got Bentley. What's going on, Don? You got something to say? Nope.
Don, what's your favorite? Don, what's your favorite thirsty moment from Avengers Endgame?
Yeah,
He just
did.
fell off the bed.
He's gone. He's literally gone.
I think he's running
Goodbye,
into bed
Don.
right now.
The Don.
Oh, there he goes. He took my head.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, any movie with Scarlett Johansson in it is obviously a thirsty moment. There's not like a specific scene that I'm thinking about, but I mean,
She was looking good in this movie.
like in Vormir when she had like her hair up, like yeah, that's true.
Baby girl, of course, looking as good as ever.
Of course.
But I don't got much to add about that. We already go about these every week.
That's what I'm saying. It's been the thirsty moments have been pretty constant. If you guys can't tell, we have a little bit of
A type.
we have a little bit of a thing for Elizabeth Olsen. Watch Old Dogs.
I got a little. I got a little.
Hour and 11 minutes in.
I got a lot more than a little bit of a chode for Elizabeth Olsen.
Jesus.
We gotta arrest this guy.
Anyways,
I guess we can just jump into the Stan Lee cameo. Wasn't anything crazy.
the last one
It was
of the
fun, though.
MCU.
Hey man, make love, not war.
Yeah, I mean, the DHCGI looked better on him than it did on fucking like 90% of the goddamn ones they've done.
Yeah.
And he.
You know?
Oh, fun fact, something I actually figured out while watching this. Every appearance of Hank Pym, he has been both CGI de-aged and regular. In Ant-Man, in the beginning, and then he was obviously just regular fucking Michael Douglas. Ant-Man and the Wasp, in the beginning, flashback. And then in this, he was in the S.H.I.E.L.D. flashback, de-aged, and then at Tony's funeral, regular.
What that tells me is that there's so much storyline that they haven't covered with Hank Pym and that they should have done it.
Agreed.
That's what that tells me.
Agreed.
Like, there's so much to that character, and we spoke about it in Ant-Man and the Wasp and like all that stuff, where it's like it's such a waste of like. I fuck with Michael Douglas, like he's a good actor, and like it's just Hank Pym in general, and I just feel like he just got the absolute meat shaft.
He's one of the main Avengers, and we just never see him until the end of Phase 2, and it's not even him that we're seeing; it's Scott.
Yeah.
Don.
No, that's true. It just sucks. Like obviously, like someone has to get the boot when you have like all of these characters being developed. But like obviously, I wouldn't trade like Tony's development or anyone else's for Hank's. But
I would trade Hawkeye's.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Hawkeye's Hawkeye though.
True.
Hawkeye's soft.
Consistently made.
Yeah, exactly. At least he's constant. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But
you have my respect, Hawkeye.
we can now also move on to the question of the week. Let me get
Tap
that.
in.
Let me get that pulled up. Hold on.
Sling and both called me. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna fucking wait until we're done.
He knows it's
Sling's
Staincast.
on.
I was like, Sling knows it's Staincast. Okay, so the other day we asked you if you guys preferred Infinity War or Endgame and why. DL, if you want to take the first few.
Yeah, sure. So of course we got the E to the 7th by Miss Stephen E. I think it was actually E to the 8th. I think you messed up.
Did I? Hold on, let me go back to the other one.
Nope,
Nope, I'm right.
You're John.
Okay, cool.
Yep, never mind. So then we have Mr. Mumbarilla, Mr. Smart Hulk. So Endgame was the best theater experience I've had. Infinity War is more replayability, though. And he said Infinity War over Endgame.
Fair.
I agree with that. Olivia Jones said Endgame, the emotion we all felt when everyone came back is unbeatable. And
that's very true.
We were lived on with the whole portal scene is like
goosebumps to this day.
Mm-hmm. Like it's just crazy how amazing that scene came out. Like even I don't know. Like I'm just speechless with that scene. Like whenever it comes on, just like wow.
Fuck.
It's like you have all these different movies just all coming together. Like you have like obviously like the Wakanda group coming through. You have like the Sorcerer. It's just so. It's so like the. I don't even know how to fucking say it. I would just say like it's the biggest like. It's the closest thing where it gets like an actual comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, the splash panel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like I could definitely see like if that was a comic, like there would be like a full like 2 pages of just that. Like that entire like wide shot of all of them together. I could see that.
No, that's absolutely what it would be.
Jacob. We have the Hood, who said Infinity War is better all around movie, but the Endgame final fight scene, perfect. He had like the fucking hand emoji. I'm just gonna show the camera. It's like this. Perfect.
Which I mean.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And like it's just like when it comes to Infinity War versus Endgame, like there's no wrong answer. Like honestly, it's all 100% according to like what you want in the movie. And I'll speak my piece on that after this. But Mr. Willie Bank said Endgame, baby Olsen gets revenge. Cap dual wields pain and suffering, and Wong's back.
You got a hard on for Wong or something?
No, Wong do hold it down.
I mean, he do.
Hold it down.
Benedict Wong.
All right, I'll take it from here. We have
you got that.
Xander, who says Wanda needs to give him CBT, which I agree.
Nice.
He also said that Endgame is better because it's the culmination of, he said 21, but it's not 21. It's 22 movies.
Whatever.
Come on, Xander, you know this.
Mm.
Smoke said the box. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Just the box.
Fair enough. Oh, then let's go on train. Smoke also said Rip B Truck. I don't know if you want to explain that as well.
I needed to throw that in there. R.I.P. B Truck. Way to.
Hey, you gotta plug an in memoriam for the B Truck in this episode when you're editing.
I got you.
In memoriam, the Ford F-150 extended crew cab.
B Truck.
Rest in peace, bro.
Lauren had also said Infinity War, but Endgame has more iconic scenes and references, which I agree with. And then Alexander Slingerland, I'm not reading your response. You can jump in a ditch.
Alexander Slingerland.
He said Ant-Man and the Wasp creator.
Also known as you have. Go ahead.
I was also known as he's sick in the head. But he doesn't actually mean it, but let the record say he means it.
Sure.
Slingerland.
Alexander Slingerland. Sling. But yeah, so that's pretty much all we've got for that. Oh, B actually just commented in the thing. He said Endgame over Infinity War. So many loose ends were tied up, and it really brought all the MCU characters together. It was everything that he hoped it to be, which I mean, I personally agree with. I like Endgame better. He also said Rip B Truck.
Hear about the B Truck.
Yeah, he also said Rip B Truck.
I'm sorry to hear about the B Truck.
Like, they both have really good rewatchability. Endgame, of course, suffers from being 3 hours, so you kind of have to just, like, put a chunk of time away to watch it. But the theater experience, the memories, the fact that I still get goosebumps to the Mjolnir, to Cap lifting Mjolnir and portals and all this, like, to this day, it's a masterpiece.
I was watching it last night, and, like, just everything leading up, like, watching the movie along with the Staincast. When he said at the end of Iron Man 1, I am Iron Man, and then just seeing him with the gauntlets and I literally like started tearing up. I'm like, damn,
beautiful.
That's my goat.
It was beautiful.
It's fucking amazing.
I still have the poster we got from the movie theater up on my wall right now.
Oh,
that shit's so fucking tough, bro. Like everything about like that final scene where he just fucking where Thanos tries to snap, he looks at it, he's like fuck, and all of a sudden the camera goes to Tony, and it's like oh. You gotta do it.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Take care of business.
They're actually about to fucking kill my man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it was like the best possible send off, like imaginable.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I couldn't have fucking imagined anything better than that when it comes to setup for his character.
Yeah. But I guess that puts us on to the rating, because there is no post-credit scenes.
Let me just speak on it and say another out-of-pocket scene from that movie is when Cap doesn't even tell his, like, besides Bucky, his best friend, that he's gonna go back in time and he's never gonna see him again, like in his younger form. And then when he asks about how his life was, he's like, nah.
I don't want it. I mean, yeah, he was just being fucking a scumbag about that shit.
Like that was like the weirdest scene in the entire movie. Like over everything else. Like after I saw that, I was like, what the fuck?
And he's looking like Sleepy Joe.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's literally his fucking Joe Biden. Like he should have asked him. He should have like, yo, Sleepy Joe. He's like, oh my god, what's going on with the gas prices, bro? No, I don't. Are you gonna fix the gas prices?
It's like, no, I don't think I will. Yeah, but no, I agree with you. That is a little ridiculous. Why he didn't even say anything, but he gives him the shield, so that's nice.
Yeah. He's like, you can deal with that bullshit now.
Oh dang, B already put his rating in the chat.
Throws it away.
All right, B,
Yeah,
I see you. But who wants to take the rating first?
Fuck. 9.4. Oh, actually.
I was gonna say 9.5.
9.5. 9.5.
9.7.
Yeah,
9.7.
I don't do points, so I'll just give it a 9.
A 9. All right, Olivia and B both said 9.6. What's going on, Olivia? What's going on, Willie? I know you're probably watching this too, taking a peek.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 9.5. It would be 9.7 if Hawkeye wasn't in this movie. That's all I'm saying.
Fair.
It'd be a 9.9 if we got more ass shots in Scarlet.
No, it'd be a 10.1 if we got more ass shots of Scarlet.
Who the fuck is that? Someone said 9.2. Nevadius Damon Wilburn.
I agree. I mean, like anywhere in the 9s.
Yeah, it's like somewhere in the 9s. That's pretty accurate.
Below 9, you're gay.
Fair enough.
It's a tough mix. Like I'm trying to compare the two movies, like Infinity War and Endgame. It's like they're uncomparable in my opinion. Like, cause like there's two
That's
very
true.
separate parts of like a storyline. Where it's like you have Infinity War is rising action, and then you have fucking Endgame being the falling out, like whatever it is, like the conclusion. You have the intro and the conclusion.
I'm glad that they got rid of the part 1, part 2 thing. That they are two completely separate movies, because they are two completely separate movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because like obviously, like in Endgame, like in terms of just like nostalgia and like fan service and like overall like how they treated that movie, like it's better than Infinity War. But in terms of like action. Like
Infinity War
is perfect.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard, and when DL and I sit down and actually do our like rankings of the MCU, going back and forth between which one of these is better. Honestly, the my top 3, I'm sure, are pretty similar to your top 3. Where putting between Infinity War, Endgame, and No Way Home, even Civil War, like those are gonna be real hard to rank those 4 at the top.
So wait, you have Endgame ahead of Infinity War, right?
By 0.1, but again, that could change.
Mm-hmm.
Once I sit down and actually like look at all these together, that could change.
Like I don't even know if it fucking makes sense, but like to me, Endgame's a better movie, but I like Infinity War more. Like I don't even know if that fucking
makes sense. No, it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. But like objectively speaking, Endgame just has everything you want to conclude a storyline of 22 movies. Like everyone got they were handing out fucking fans, like they're handing out good conclusions to everybody. Mm-hmm. But Infinity War is just the rewatchability on that movie is insane.
That's
like,
true.
It's I could watch that movie every night. Like obviously, not every night, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Marvel knew what they were doing, and it was a great way to end out the Infinity Saga. And I'm excited to see how this next one is going to culminate into whatever it does.
Yeah, this shit's so fucking good, man. Like these last 2 movies have been just such a good palate cleanse, like such a good cleanse after Captain Marvel and
Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I guess unless anybody has any final thoughts, we can move on to the award show as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the award show. Let me just take a peek through my notes. The usual.
I was like, I got most of my points out of the way without, I got most of my points. That's really all I had to say on that.
Yeah. The only thing I'll final say is I love fucking Anthony Mackie yelling at Hulk when the Captain come back. He's like, get him the hell back.
Oh, yes. To bring him back.
He was aggressive.
I hate the beard he's got, though.
Also, yeah, the beard beard is disgusting.
Beard's nasty.
It's doing way too much.
Oh yeah.
But I guess we can jump into the award show then.
Yes,
For anyone
sir.
for anyone who's not aware of it, we're just doing we're giving out awards for all of Phase 3, all the Phase 3 movies.
Yep, we did this at the post-credit scene of the past 2 Avengers movies to end them off. So we're jumping right into both the best and worst of the Phase 3 of the MCU.
Yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag. Phase 3 is definitely probably the biggest mixed bag for me.
I mean, Phase 3.
It's got
Phase 3 has more movies than 1 and 2 combined.
Really? Holy shit! Yeah. I'm I guess that's what adds to it. Because you have the lowest lows of the MCU, and you have the high, the best movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if we can just do one in a row. So I guess Smoke, if you want to say the best movie of Phase 3.
For me, I have it as a tie between Endgame and Civil War because I feel like it depends what I'm looking for. Because Civil War just kind of it hits all the itches, and it's oh my god, it's just every scene in that is so good. But Endgame is just the most satisfying movie. I feel like just watching it for the finality and the I don't know. I mean, we just talked all about it. For all the reasons that we just talked about is why I enjoy watching Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So on.
So it's Paco.
Yeah, Paco.
Endgame.
I mean, yeah, mine is Endgame.
Right.
Is anyone
Mine is
surprised?
Endgame as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think we're surprised.
So I guess we have then the best action scene. So you just the movie and if you could think of your favorite scene from that movie. So I guess Donna, if you want to start.
You're gonna have to give me a minute. There's so many fucking movies.
Yeah. No, you can think about it. Smoke. Do you have yours?
I have the end of Endgame.
I mean, I have
it's the Endgame hype train over here.
I have the portals scene.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that shit is just untouchable.
I have Thor pulling up to Wakanda and Infinity War.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I say Infinity War. Yeah.
all of those are.
Infinity War, their action scenes are undefeated. There's not a single scene in Infinity War. That movie is the shortest. What, 2.5
2.5 hours.
Yeah, probably the shortest 2.5 hour movie that in the MCU for me.
That's true.
It's baked full of fucking so much just great interactions. Obviously Endgame has a lot of great interactions from characters that were previously in their own movies. But Infinity War, I just love the whole Thor with the Guardians, just all of that, Iron Man and Strange on Titan,
They do what they were doing with mixing which characters with each of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't know if Queel, you want to go over to best villain. I know the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a very easy award show tonight.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had Thanos, but then obviously, so it's I feel like it's one of those things that you have to operate, almost take the exception to Thanos, because, he's obviously the best villain in this. You can't argue that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, not counting Thanos, I had Vulture.
I literally have the same things, Thanos and Vulture.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we have that in common.
Yeah, Vulture.
Damn, y'all copying me.
Oh, you have it too?
Look at us.
Yeah.
Vulture,
yeah.
he's not really a bad guy. He's just doing what he can to get by for his family. And that one, I'm sure we're thinking about the one scene in the car where he figures out Peter's Spider-Man. That, beautiful.
When he's just looking at him in the rearview mirror.
He's just looking.
Good old Spider-Man.
And then he pulls up to Morbius.
Don't,
and he's
don't,
literally
don't,
a different character.
Don't. Anyways,
Intriguing.
we have two more things for best. DL, if you want to take best costume.
Sure. I'm gonna give it to the nanotech armor. Either one, Infinity War or Endgame.
I give it a Cap in Endgame.
Smoke.
I have Cap in Endgame as well. I fucking love that costume.
Queel?
Yeah.
It's the nanotech armor.
Literally what we said.
It's gonna be a very easy award to give.
Ronald's just Endgame guy over there.
Bro, this is my favorite MCU movie.
And he popped out for a reason.
Yeah.
It was Mando. I guess. So for this one, it kind of is similar to the ones we said previously. It's now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it kind of is the same as best movie. It's a mixture of the two, best storyline. So in terms of just best writing, just in terms of just best. I guess it kind of is similar. What's wrong with it? I'm saying Infinity War.
I agree. Infinity War.
Okay, hold on. So for storyline, I took it as best character storyline, not so much best movie type thing.
Okay.
I just put Thor from Ragnarok to Endgame for that one.
I mean, that's just as acceptable.
That was kind of how I took it, because like I mean, I feel like his writing. I mean, he kind of got saved from the depths of the MCU basement.
Yeah,
because like the first Thor and like whatever the second Thor movie is, I've seen it like twice, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like those movies are so bad. They're so bad.
We can amend it, Hag. We can amend it then on like best like just overall like
character development.
Like when I thought storyline, I thought like characters storyline type thing. So that was how I took it. So I just did Thor from Ragnarok to Endgame because I feel like he had a great. I mean, you could obviously say.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with you on that as well.
Because that shit just hits.
Best story. It's like the way I think about it, it's like something you could discuss, like the plot points of a particular movie, or even like a set of movies like Infinity War and Endgame. You could discuss them together, but like we've had so many discussions about Civil War.
That's true.
And it's just it always gets brought back up, like what would happen if everyone signed the Accords, like would everything have been different? It's just I don't know. There's something about Civil War. It's just the way that the story's presented. The way it sets up. Yeah, no, Team Iron Man versus Team Cap. Like
fuck you, Mom.
That's what I'm saying.
I just had to throw that in there.
The mandatory Umbrella strays.
Yes, sir.
You hadn't caught one yet?
I just put one in.
All right.
Yeah, now
it's the first stray.
Yeah.
I was making him wait
First
this
curveball.
episode. But
I'll agree with that for sure.
yeah, I Phase 3 had some heavy hitters, and as we're about to go into right now, it also had some stinkers. So Smoke, most forgettable.
So when you said this, do you mean like most forgettable movie or most forgettable like
movie? Most forgettable movie.
Oh, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So do I.
I literally don't even remember the plot of that movie at all, and I don't want to watch it ever again.
Do we all have the same thing?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
that shit. That's just like I just don't care about that.
it's all yeah. There's nothing like literally. You don't need to know anything in that movie besides the post-credit scene. That's it.
Exactly, because I mean I don't remember anything about that movie, and it hasn't hurt me yet. So
I'm sure you won't need to know much for Quantumania either.
Yeah.
Like I might watch that movie for Quantumania, but probably not even.
I'm not. Watch fucking Loki season finale.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's all you need.
I guess we have worst movie then.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yep.
And people saying that there's not a difference between forgettable and worst, like no, like at least Ant-Man and the Wasp is forgettable, but when I did watch it, it had enjoyable parts. Captain Marvel is just not enjoyable to watch.
I'd watch Ant-Man in the Mid before I watch Captain Marvel again.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mid-man in the MILF.
So I think this is another one that's probably going to sweep the award. Worst CGI. Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Black Panther. I specifically put Black Panther floating heads.
The floating head, that whole, honestly, the whole final act.
Yeah, it's like actually distracting how bad it is in scenes. Like, it takes me out of the scene.
I was gonna say, go listen to my like 15-minute rant about it on the Black Panther episode of the Staincast, and you will see exactly why I say it has the worst CGI. The rhinos, the floating heads, the all black, awful.
Because it's a shame too. Because like the end of that movie is like really good. Like Killmonger, like I love Killmonger as the villain. Like,
yeah, he's a great villain. Honestly, he's even up there with Thanos and Vulture.
They just didn't do no justice for that shit.
But like, it's just so hard to be like involved and like actively like viewing a movie when like every other scene is like holy crap, man. Like they're floating, like they're not here. Like you just can't have a backdrop. We talked about this in the Black Panther episode, so I won't get too much into it. But you can't have a backdrop of all CGI being that dark. Like it just looks so bad. Like,
it looks like you're trying to hide CGI, which is exactly what they were trying to do.
And it still didn't hide it though. Like
I know.
It's horrible.
Awful.
It's a damn shame.
I don't know how you cut corners, but you cut the wrong corners.
Yeah. I mean, you cut corners by using an actual fucking real set. Like they shouldn't have been down there when they were fighting. Like they should have stayed like on an actual like landscape, like a real solid, tangible ground. Because then like everything in that scene is it's a video game. Like what we said.
Everything is CGI, but they're floating heads.
It's just so weird because Wakanda is like one of the most beautiful like landscapes in the MCU, and they just like, okay, we have this beautiful setting. Let's go into a cave where it's dark and you can't see anything, but they're floating CGI heads. Like,
I feel like even at the end of this movie, when you have like everyone being reunited, and you have like T'Challa like on the balcony with like all the people, it doesn't even look like Wakanda looked like in Black Panther.
No, not at all. I mean, I guess 5 years they could have modernized whatever the hell happened, but like still. But I guess sliding right along, weakest main character in a movie.
There's a lot of. I see a couple Captain Mids in the chat. Let's go.
Yeah, everyone's saying Captain Mid.
For what, weakest main character?
No, just in general, they're just saying Captain Mid.
Captain Mid, calm.
But speaking of which, Captain Mid is the weakest main character in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, we spoke about it at length. It's like the only movie where the main character goes from being in one place
and stays being in that place.
Exact same spot. Like,
I don't know if you guys have anything different.
No, I have Captain Marvel too. I feel like she's smug at the beginning and she's smug at the end. Like, she doesn't change as a character. It's like her development is just a flat line.
Exactly, and that's not how you write a character. A character needs development.
No, because it's like there's never a scene where you're like, wow, I hope that she doesn't lose, because all she does the entire movie is win, which is like not how a character is supposed to work.
But you actually just said Paul Rudd, which I mean, I don't agree with, to be honest with you.
I feel like if Captain Marvel wasn't in this, I'd probably say Ant-Man, but Captain Marvel is so easily the most, like...
But even with Ant-Man, like, he's at least entertaining, and like we said, in this movie especially, he's at least entertaining bouncing off the other Avengers. Captain Marvel's just not.
There's a difference between, like, a weak character and then, like Ant-Man's a weak character, but I like seeing him.
Yeah. Exactly.
I enjoy the scene he's in. I enjoy the comedy he brings to the table, but I don't like anything about Captain Marvel whenever she's on screen.
Yeah, but like I think the best way to put it is like Paul Rudd's more like inconsequential when it comes to like a storyline compared to Captain Marvel, but like in terms of like her actual like development as a character, like, she has gone nowhere, and it's a shame because like she's not a small part for the most part when it comes to the Avengers. Like, she's definitely like active like more than she is now. Like, she kind of just disappears. Like there are ways of making her seem interesting is having her never on screen being like, oh, I'm covering a lot of ground. Like, why don't you show us it?
Yeah.
Like, show us something that's going on with Brie Larson. Like,
so,
no one.
What are you gonna do? Get another haircut?
Yeah, it's like there's no attachment to the character because we don't see anything of the character anymore after her only movie. Yeah,
like we said in Captain Marvel. Hopefully, they give us a little more in the Marvels that makes this character likable. Because if they don't, then it's a lost cause unless they pull a Thor and get like a completely different like actor, director and writer and completely turn everything around. But we'll see. But to finish off the worst sections of the MCU, worst villain.
Jude Law.
Sonny Birch.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I literally put down on my thing whoever the bad guy is in Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I didn't even know his name. That's literally what it says in my notes. It's like, I mean, that goes hand in hand with how it's the most forgettable movie for me. I just don't even remember. Like, what is his purpose? How is he the antagonist in this movie?
He wants the tech.
He wants that juicy tech.
The same thing as the first Ant-Man movie is what you're saying.
Correct.
Wow.
But he doesn't have powers. He's not funny, and it makes me want to shoot myself when he's on screen.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Like, a villain should never be like 3 steps behind the hero at all times. Like, there was like one point in that entire movie where he at all felt like he had a leg up is when he went to the wombats, when he like was doing the truth serum thing, and that shit turned into like a one big like comedy.
Don't even talk to me about that scene, man.
Like the time for him to be established as like an actual presence on screen, like an actual like a problem for the cast. He's literally just a joke where like he just gives them truth serum. He's joking, like, it's not truth serum. Like it's way too much comedy.
Midman and the Wasp. I don't know, Queel, what yours was.
Jesus.
What?
I don't know what your weakest villain was.
Midman.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay.
Just Midman.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it was pretty much a clear sweep. Besides, actually, that last category that we all had for the worst. So I'm glad that the worst of the MCU is unanimously the worst of the MCU.
I feel like especially Phase 3, it's so polarized because like the movies are either like so good or they're like so not good.
But they have a lot more of the so good category.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely not like split even, but it's like there's so little like bad that it's always going to be the same answers in this phase for us at least. Like
yeah.
Anytime you got, what the hell's his name, Sonny? He's gonna be the worst villain in any.
He's I mean, yeah. Even if you look at like the videos online of people like ranking MCU villains, I'm pretty sure every single one of them ranks him last.
Yeah, I gotta throw some more honorable mentions because there wasn't really a lot of great villains. I gotta give Killmonger and Zemo in the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So
we didn't even talk about Zemo, and I need to toss his name.
I can agree with Zemo. I mean, Zemo was epic in that movie. Zemo for me became more of like a likable character or a better villain is from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So like I'm saving Zemo for Phase 4 if whenever that ends.
Yeah, no, that's true. What I'll say about Zemo is I think I like him the most in Civil War just because I think there's a lot more like mystery around his character and he seems a lot more like menacing as a character. Like I feel like he's a little bit more of a joke. Like he's not like, I'm not saying he's like Paul Rudd level like comedic relief in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but he definitely has a softer side. And I just think it's cool that like he's like what he did to the Avengers, considering like what his powers were, nothing.
Nothing,
like,
yeah, that's true.
Persuasion, like his powers were being a soldier, like where you have like I guess Sonny gets a thing from not having any powers, but he's useless. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Where you have Zemo literally split up the entirety of the Avengers and caused the events of Infinity War. Like that's pretty significant.
That's
considering he's literally just a foot soldier.
That is very true.
That's all I really got on that. Did we say anything about our least favorite costume?
Oh no, I don't think we did, but we can toss that in quick. Captain Marvel.
I'd say Captain Marvel.
It's just not a very it's definitely like
it doesn't fit her well.
Like it's like one of her first costumes. Like I feel like most characters' first costumes definitely aren't the best versions of them, but it's a fucking jumpsuit.
It doesn't fit her well at all.
Yeah, like she gotta be showing off the cleavage, bro. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, that's
showing off the essentials.
That's all I really have for awards or anything.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for joining us on the stream. Thank you, Queel and Smoke, for joining us in general. Hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to, possibly toy with this a little more in the future, if you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. This is definitely more of like a test stream, because this is like our first one on YouTube.
Yay. So, next week we got another good one coming for you, though.
That's true.
We got WandaVision. Finally getting into Phase 4.
Yeah.
We're getting past the Infinity Saga. We only got, 4 episodes left before we finish the MCU?
Yeah.
Sheesh,
we got WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki Season 1, and then Moon Knight whenever it concludes.
Sheesh. Yeah, so we've been doing this for a couple months and we're already almost done.
Yeah,
Time's been flying by.
Stay tuned on what's next. We have a whole bunch of movies we want to do. So
we're gonna ask you guys for a little bit of help trying to figure out what we want to cover next. So
yeah, for sure.
But like we said, thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for listening. This episode will be up Monday at 9 as usual. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at MCU Staincast. Don't forget to visit our Redbubble shop where we do have our new logo up on the merch. So take a peek, buy some stuff. And we also subscribe to us on YouTube because we're probably going to do more of this stuff in the future.
Yeah, it was fun. I like having the live audience. It's cool when people can throw in their little takes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They can tell us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can tell us.
So thank you all for watching. I'm going to end the stream now, and then we can still discuss some shit after.
You can lean back.
Sure.